Hello. Y'all see that on my face? You see that? It's not just happiness. It's sunlight because it is not raining on this here Saturday. Ugh, I love it. It is, however, not getting out of the 30s today. So it's cold outside. It's cold and I'm like, oh man, it's not raining. And I really want to get some things done, but I also really don't want to be outside. But time is creeping up on me, which is what I was really trying to avoid. I just got stuck with the weather being like it's been, and I hadn't been able to finish things. So I'm like, oh, man, I need to take the nice days that I get. It is supposed to be pretty nice tomorrow, and it's supposed to be like high 40s tomorrow. And then from what it shows right now, it's supposed to be, I don't really remember the temperatures, but at the very least, it's not supposed to be raining next Saturday either. I don't think I have anything going on. I have to check. Because that'll be March, right? What's today? What's today, y'all? Yes, I think next weekend is the beginning of the month. Or maybe, nope, next weekend is the last weekend in February. And then the next weekend is going to be like, is this a leap year? What year is this? It's 24. It's going to be the 29th, and then the 1st is Saturday. Something like that, I think. I don't have a calendar in here. Yeah, so, anyway. Yeah, I said that to say time is, it's getting close to time that I need stuff to be ready. So, I don't need to really push it. But, yeah. Yes. Okay. I've been stalling, so I don't want to go out in the cold. This will, however, give me an opportunity to try out my gloves because it hasn't been, I haven't had an opportunity to try them out since I got them, either between it just not being cold enough when I am out doing things, or again, it's raining or it's dark when I have time, whatever. So I'm gonna do that. This is the plan. I think I'm gonna do some sanding. I'm not gonna show you any of that because even if I do get to it, I'm not gonna bother showing you. I'm just telling you what's happening. But it's really just gonna be the same thing as it was on that last video where I was sanding the boards. Like, that's gonna be it. If I get around to the point of actually making my cuts, I'll record that, but I might post that separately though, if I do. Yeah, if I do, I'll probably try to go ahead and keep that together to put with the end of the project. So once I'm actually putting the boards out, or setting the beds up. But yeah, so hopefully I'll get some of that done. I'm looking out the window right now. So that bed I showed you, I'm trying to tell you all this stuff now before I go outside because it is cold outside. And I will show this to you, but I'm not going to do a whole bunch of talking about it when I get out there because I need to just do what I'm doing. So that bed, I have those two beds outside of one of the spaces that are behind one of the spaces. One of them I have covered right now, and that's where I had some brassicas, and some of you got blown over, and it killed all the stuff that I was trying to grow through the winter. So anyway, there's another bed just like that, but it's not covered. It's just empty. And I showed you how the sides were coming off. Like one of the ends, that side is just completely come off. So I did say that I already had some stuff that I was planning a kind of fix for that bed. Mainly that one. I did notice when I was out there showing y'all around the other day, I'm going to say last week's video, but it would have been a couple weeks by the time you see this. I did see where on the bed that is covered, it started to come off on one of the ends too. But this particular bed though is pretty bad. So I'm going to go ahead and try to take care of that today. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I have for that before I go outside as well. But I had to get it out of the garage, so I'll show you that in a second. What I'm going to do today, I don't want to necessarily say it's a short-term fix, but I'm just not sure how long I'm going to keep this bed like it is. even with me trying to fix the sides. So one thing I'm thinking about for this season is when I finish the beds in that garden space, the boards that I'm sanding down and all of that, when I finish that, I'm going to have some pieces left over. I think I'm going to take some of those scrap pieces and fortify the corners, because right now the pieces, that whole bed is made out of like some 1x or something like that. I'm not sure, they're probably not even like a full inch thick. So if I can take these 2x4 pieces to put it inside the corners, that'll give my screws or nails something more to bite into. So that will hopefully help keep this together a little better. But obviously I haven't gotten to that point with those boards yet, so I'm not ready to do that. So whatever I'm doing today, I'm not gonna be able to do that because it's just not, I just don't have it. I don't have those pieces yet. So that is one thing I'm thinking. And that'll be a fairly simple thing. It'll just be a matter of me taking off each corner and putting the piece in and then putting the corner back on, and I can just go around and do that a corner at a time. So the other thing I'm thinking about, and I'm gonna try really hard to remember to show you this when I get out there. The way the bed is made, I'm looking at it out the window. It's on this side. The bed where I gotta the space where I gotta do all the beds, I'm framing in all the beds, that's on this side. And the other space where the garlic and all that is, and the peppers that didn't make it, and then those 2 beds behind them, that's on this side. So that's why I'm looking over there, because I'm looking at it. But, so I have, what is it? I think it's a 4x8 bed. I think those 2 beds on the outside are 4x8s. So the 4-foot ends, if you remember, and again, I'm going to try to remember to show you this when I go out there. Those ends are nice. Like, they're not warped at all. They're not coming apart. Nothing. Like, the ends look good. So, I think you can see where this is going. The sides are made out of a different board. I don't remember now how that happened or why I did that. I really don't remember. I don't know. I don't know if maybe those end pieces, they didn't have them in 8-foot. Maybe they only had like 6-foot pieces or something. I really don't remember. I'm speculating at this point. But for whatever reason, I have 2 different types of boards. Those on the end, they are holding up better. And again, none of this is treated wood. None of this is treated. They're holding up better. And I mean, like, they're not warping. They're not coming apart. And what else was I going to say? They're a different size. So on the ends, I might have, I'm just going to say this might not be accurate. Let's say I have 3 pieces stacked on the ends, but then on the sides, I have like 4 or 5. It's a bigger piece on those end pieces. So what I am considering, not for this season, I don't think I'm going to try to do this for this season, but I am thinking of going ahead and removing those side pieces and replacing them with something like whatever this is I have on the ends. And I generally buy my wood from a couple of places. It's Home Depot or Lowe's. So it shouldn't take much for me to go and just find something that it's probably some kind of cedar or redwood or something. It's something like that that's supposed to, do better in the elements without being treated. It's something like that. So for me to go, knowing what, at least the dimensions, not necessarily the length, but, I can go out there and measure it and see what size it is. And then I know what I'm looking for. Also, it is possible that I left the tags on the ends of some of those, because, they just stapled the little tag into the end. So if those are on there and they're still, legible, that'll be a very big help. And I'm looking at it out the window. It looks like I have some tags on some of them. So the question is really going to be whether or not I can read them at this point. But yeah, so I am thinking about that again. I don't know if I'll try to do that this year. I don't see me trying to do that this year. I could probably do it on the bed that I'm about to work on, just because there's nothing in it. So if I finish the space over here that I got to frame all those beds in, and I still have time, I could go ahead and do that one, assuming I can get those end boards in the length that I need. Because again, I don't remember what that was about with me going with two different kinds of boards. So if I can get it in the size that I need, I may be able to go ahead and do that one. Now the other bed that's made just like it, I'm not sure that I want to try to do that with this bed. I'm saying not this year, but I'm trying to think of when would I have a good time to do it, if not a time like this. But I keep something in there pretty consistently. So, like you saw, I have those parsleys in there, most of which died, but some of them are still alive, and the spinach is doing really well in there. And all of that stuff I actually focused around the outside. So, I don't know that I want to really be messing with that bed too much. And then, yeah, if I do it, it would be better to do it at a time like right now, where there's just not as much, even though there's stuff in there, there's not a lot of stuff in there. So I wouldn't be disturbing too many things. I'm not really losing light, y'all. It's kind of cloudy, but it's not supposed to rain. Okay, it's not supposed to rain. It rained last night, but yeah, it's not supposed to rain today. So it's wet out there, which is part of the reason why I wanted to go ahead and talk to y'all about everything in here before I go out there, because yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a situation. So yeah, I do think that at some point, sorry, I changed positions and now my hand is a little wobbly holding the phone right there. I do think that at some point, I'll prop you up there. Maybe I don't feel comfortable propping my hand up on this little shelf that I have here, but it won't be much longer. Yeah, I think I will do that at some point though, on both of the beds. Replace those sides, and I can always find something to do with those boards, especially with them being as long as they are. That gives me a lot more options of what I could use those boards for if I take them off, so it won't be a waste. Versus if they were a bunch of different size small boards, then it's like, a little more limited with what I can do with that kind of thing. So yeah, yes, I'm about to do that. And I thought about going ahead and pulling out the concrete. So I showed y'all, when I gave one of those tours I gave y'all, or it might have been when I was fixing the fence on the one that I got to do all beds in. I showed you how that wood, my post right there where my gates are, is basically rotted off. So it's just like wobbling, even though I quickcreted that. So I quickcreted it, but I still backfilled it, so there was still soil, wet soil touching the wood. So it was bound to happen. It's bound to happen. So anyway, I need to dig that concrete out. I need to get that out of there, and I really just need to go ahead and take those posts down, which I say that I could probably, anyway. I need to do something about that, even though I'm not ready to put new posts in. I did get those T-posts, and that is what I'm planning to put up right there. I'm just not ready to do that because I'm gonna have to fill that in when I take the concrete out. So as it stands, if I put those posts in, they don't have anything to bite into, because it's really just gonna be empty space. And then even when I fill it, it's gonna be loose. So I'm just not ready to really mess with fixing the gate, or gates, because I'm gonna have to do both of them. I'm not ready to do that. But since there isn't much happening inside either of these spaces, it's not gonna hurt for me to just go ahead and at least get one step of that process done, which is taking that piece out taking that concrete out of the ground and taking those posts down, and just leaving it open. Just leaving that opening and not putting the gate back up right now. Because there's just not anything in there to be messed with. And there isn't really much around to mess with that stuff. And I'll show y'all the rabbit. There's a rabbit that got into this one over here, the one that I got to do all the work inside of. There was a rabbit in there. Look at these fences. I want to say, okay, so you know you have like wire and it's called chicken wire. I want to say these fences said rabbit fence or something like that. I feel like it did. I don't know. But man, that little rabbit, it just went right in that fence. And I saw it and I thought like, oh, is there like an opening in the fence? Which, you know that, okay, I'm gonna have to take my hand down from here. That's not gonna work. Arm's getting tired. You know that, you know, I told y'all, I showed y'all how I ended up with a bunch of grass pathways basically because the wood mulch that I put down originally started, you know, composting or decomposing, whatever. Just say decomposing, or would that be with flesh? I don't know. But anyway, it started breaking down. So now it's like grass growing on it and everything. So anyway, yeah, the rabbit was in there. It was eating the stuff in the pathway and the walkway. It wasn't eating any of my stuff that I was growing. So it was fine. But yeah, so that fence is not helping with rabbits. Let me just tell you that. And so the only thing it would really help with would be like potentially stray dogs or something like that, which I haven't seen many stray dogs. I used to see some dogs, I say stray, they may have, you know, like really been strays, and then some of them could have just been somebody's dog, you know, just got loose and they're trying to find it. But I haven't seen many loose dogs, strange dogs roaming around in quite a while. So yeah. And then of course cats. If a cat wants to get in there, it'll just jump right over. I mean, the dog could jump over it too, but most of them aren't going to do that. So yeah. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm starting on the 4x8 bed, trying to fix those sides. And I need to grab that to show y'all what I have. And then I think I'll probably shift to, I need to get rid of this plastic. So, you know, I had those peppers covered up that I was trying to say, well, that plastic, it's all ripped up like the plastic in that other bed that I ended up just covering it with a whole new sheet and not taking it off. This is ripped up like that. So I need to get that from out there. And plus those peppers, I don't think they made it. So there's no point at this point. So what else I need to do? I noticed just looking out my bedroom window, a lot of weeds in this back border. I need to get on that sooner rather than later. I really do. But the thing is, aesthetically, I want that looking nice, but it's really not a high priority. It's not as high a priority as fixing this bed that I'm about to work on now, or getting the boards prepped to work on that other bed that I'm resetting. So that other space that I'm resetting. And sorry, I can see people back behind me out with their dog. Yeah. So yes, so that's what I'm gonna do. Start on that, and then I'm gonna work on the boards with whatever daylight I have left. If it's not too cold outside. If it's not too cold. I'm gonna have to come back and tell y'all how the gloves did as well. So, all right, let me grab this stuff so I can show you. Okay, so I have these. Okay. I'm gonna explain what I'm thinking of doing, or what I was planning to do. You know, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to think about this. I got 2 packs of those. That's the same thing. And some washers to go with them. And I have these. Oh gosh. I got 3 packs of washers. I got another pack of washers in here. Maybe I got 4. 4 packs of washers. Which I'm going to have a lot of extra stuff because I have also decided since my initial plan for this that I don't think I'm going to put as many of these on each side as I originally planned. Because, let's see. I was trying to think of how to explain this. I guess kind of braced it or whatever. Like, let's see, how many do I have out there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so where I have the boards like this, I have 4 spots where I have a piece of wood behind it to kind of keep them all together. So that's why they're only bowing on the ends and not just bowing in random places throughout the side. Okay, so with that being said, I don't necessarily need to do this all the way down the board. I really just need to do it towards the ends, which means if I'm only going to do the sides on this board, I only need 4 of these. But that wasn't my original plan. Oh, sorry, that's loud, y'all. So I have more. I have more also. So I have these. They didn't have anything wider than this in a length that would work for what I'm trying to do. And I probably could have found something online. I'm pretty sure I could have found something online. But the thing is, there are things where I just feel more comfortable buying it in person. I need to look at it, really think about what it is, kind of hold it up and say, whatever. So, yeah, that. Another thing, I am not sure that I'm going to, what am I trying to say? That I'm going to use all these holes. I'm probably not going to use all these holes. I'm going to do one at the top, and I will likely need to do one at the bottom. I need to grab the top board, the bottom board, and I might grab one around the middle. So maybe this one, and this one. Also, the reason I have nuts and bolts and washers or screws, should I call it a screw or bolt? I don't know. The reason I have this instead of just regular, screws or nails is because I thought this would be a better option. Because like I said, the boards that I have, hold on, I'll turn it. So the boards that I have are like 1 by something. So that's, unless I get like a true size kind of thing, or that's not the term they use, but whatever. It'll say that, but then the board is actually like a 1/4 inch smaller or something like that. So anyway, as thin as those boards are, I'm not going to be able to, which these are 1 1/4 inch. So that's going to stick out quite a lot on the inside of the bed. Was I going to cut these off or something? I don't remember that. Or was I going to try to back those? I have some other scrap wood in the house, in the garage or attic or somewhere. I don't remember why I bought such long screws. Or maybe I thought I might. Well, it's actually not going to be that much exposed, especially once I put the nut on there, the washer and the nut on there. And I have this thing and the board. So, yeah, they won't stick out as much as I'm thinking. But I did think about that, how I'm going to cover the ends of those up, because even though they aren't pointed, they're blunt ends, which I guess would make it a bolt, not a screw, maybe. I don't know. I still don't necessarily want to accidentally rub my hand against the side of that when I'm doing stuff in the bed. Or I could just be mindful of the fact that it's there. I don't know. So the plan was to just drill holes and then put it through there and then screw it on, instead of trying to just screw whatever I'm going to use onto the board. Mainly because of how thin those boards are. So to find something that was going to work for this, screw into the board and not be sticking out on the inside of the board, because for something like that, it would have to have a point on the end. And I definitely didn't want something pointy sticking on the inside of the bed or on the outside if I did the other way around. So that's why I went this route. So what else I need to get is, and I'm thinking, okay, y'all, okay. I thought about this before I came up here and started recording. Excuse me. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to completely take those sides off, which I still do them one at a time just because I don't want the ends to fall off. Even though I'm going to prop them up, I still don't want them, potentially falling over or falling in or anything. But I may try to just do an end at a time instead of trying to put them. Hold on, I just thought about something else. Okay. I'm thinking, okay. Instead of taking it off completely, just do one end at a time. The only issue with that is because I do still need to push the soil back, which is what I talked about in that other video. I was going to just kind of pile the soil towards the middle to get it away from those ends so it wouldn't be running out. That's going to be the only issue, particularly with the corners where it's already coming off completely, or it has already come off completely. I really need to be able to put that soil back into the bed. So on one of the sides, at least, I may have to still go ahead and take it off completely. But on that other side, I might not have to do that. I may be able to just push the soil back away from it so that I can reach my hand in there and screw the nuts on. Okay. Last thing, because I really need to get started, what I was just thinking about, because I do still have to connect the corners some kind of way. And I thought I got something for that, but then I think I was planning to use some corner pieces that I already have. And again, I do think I'm going to come back later and put some of the scrap pieces, some of those scrap 2x4 pieces in the corners. But for now, I still need something to hold them together at the ends. So I got some pieces in there, and I'm wondering now if, I don't think that's going to work, because I don't think the holes on there are big enough for me to, I'm pretty sure the holes on there aren't as big as the holes on here. But I was thinking of whether or not I could actually put those corner pieces on in spots where I could screw through that piece. Is that gonna hold? Where I could put the corner piece. Sorry, y'all. Let's see how I can do this. How I can do this where you can actually see what's happening. Okay, so if I put the corner piece on like this. Sorry. Okay, let's try that. Hold on. Okay, hold on. What are we doing? Okay, this is what we're doing. Okay, there we go. If I could put the corner piece on like this, I can't use my hand, and then basically screw in from behind my knuckle back here on this side, screw in to where it's going through the piece and through the board, and that would give it a little extra support right there on those corner pieces. It might be worth a shot. I'll just have to see. I'm gonna have to go get those corner pieces and see what's what with that. Because if I can do that, that would be really good. That would be really good if I can do that. So, yeah, that would be real good if I can do that. All right, that's it. I will show you, I'll give you a closer look at those boards when I get out there, so you can see what I was talking about as far as the differences from the ends, between the ends and the sides. But right now, I need to get my coveralls, my bibs on. Grab my gloves. My gloves are over there. They're right there. That's them right there, the black spot. That's my gloves. Get my gloves, my hat, and everything, and get out here and get started. So I will see you in a minute. I don't know why I winked right there. Okay, sorry for the weird angle. But I have something else I need to say before I go out here, because as I was gathering things, I had a thought. And I think I'm going to kind of change this just a little bit. So what I forgot was that originally I was planning to put those pieces, these metal pieces, on the inside of the bed where they wouldn't be visible from the outside. And that's why I have washers, because I was going to put the washer, I was going to do the screw or the bolt, whatever, from the outside. So I was going to need the washer between it and the wood, and then have that piece on the inside of the bed, and then the nut right there, instead of just putting the piece up and then having the nut and the washer on the inside of the bed. That's what I was going to do. So here's the other thing though, because the corner pieces, they actually are big enough holes for me to put it through that as well. The thing is, I thought I had more of these, and maybe I do, and I just had these out. And I honestly don't remember what I had those for originally, to even say for certain how many of them I should have. If I could remember what they were for, I could remember how many I had. But anyway, the ones that I saw and just picked up, I only had 4 right there. It's possible that I have others in another spot, and I just had those out because I tried to use them for something else maybe. But I only have 4 of them out. So it's not going to be enough for me to do this the way that I really need to do. So what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. I'm telling you before I go out here. The spots where I'm not going to be able to put one of those, I am going to do washer, bolt on the outside, and then the piece on the inside, and then the nut screwed in on the inside, or screwed on from the inside. And then where I do have one of those corner pieces, I'm not going to use a washer. And I'll just go corner piece. I'll put the corner piece on the outside and then still have that metal piece on the inside. So I can sandwich the wood in between the 2 pieces, and then do the nut, not the nut, the bolt, and then the nut on the inside. So that's the plan right now. Hopefully that doesn't change once I get out here. But okay, I'm about to go get started. Okay, that wasn't too bad. It's probably gonna be worse on that end down there. The end over there, can you see my hand? That end over there is where it's completely come apart. So it's probably gonna be a little more of an ordeal. Okay. See what you can see. I'm gonna have to adjust, you guys. Hopefully that's a good angle for y'all. Do you see this? Can you see the ground? Y'all, what is this? What is this? Wait, where we at? Sorry. Man, you see these? Are these seeds or something? I don't know what that is, but it's in all the corners of these beds. Even the one that's covered. I don't know what that is. Anyway, if you know, let me know. They look like seeds, but I don't know what they would be seeds from. Not over here, at least. Okay, come on. I'm trying not to block y'all. My feet are sinking into this mud back here. Okay, so what I need to do. I should have brought my thing out here. Okay, I got paper on these, but not on these that I need. Can you see that? Yeah, so I don't have the paper on the ends of these. That's too bad. Okay, so it's gonna be like that right there on the inside, actually. Sorry, it's gonna be on the inside, and I need to find So I really just need to put this up here and drill the holes because I need it to be where this is. So. It's on one. I can't do this with the glove on. That's why I don't need such big gloves. Feeling pretty insulated though, so that's good. Just they are kind of big. They're a little bulky. Hold on. What am I doing? Ah, shoot. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Pause. Pause. Okay. It's not actually going to be right in the middle like that, but I guess I can go ahead and put it there since I already made that hole. So let's maybe just do one hole. Let's just do one hole so I can see what's going on. I think I might skip this end since it is holding together. I might skip this end, putting the bracket on, because I only have 4 of those right now. I'm going to get some more of them. So I'm actually not going to put it on this one, but I do still need to have it placed in the right spot for it. So, yeah. Okay, this is not going to work with these big gloves, y'all. Oh, shoot. I guess I can just keep them out here, and then when my hands get cold, I can cover my hand up. Okay, wait, we're going this way, right? I should have drilled that through a little more. Where's that hole? Okay. Cool. So, let me think this through. I kind of need to be able to drill this from the inside. If I'm going to put this on the inside, I need to be able to drill it from the inside, not the outside. Which means we're going to have to do this first. Or better yet, let me just take, come out. Let me take another one, just for the sake of what I'm about to do. So what I need to be able to drill the holes on the from the outside instead of from the inside. And that means turn off that board down there. That means I need to know. Oh gosh, what's it behind there? Oh, that's not. Oh, that is connected. It just came off. Shoot. Okay. Hey, there we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to sandwich this. But then that's on this different side, though. Shoot. Oh, wait, that works. Okay. I'm going to sandwich this so that way I know where I need to drill the holes. But I'm going to take this one off. But for now, I'm going to put it on here together. I need to put that soil on the inside. Okay. This is only temporary, guys. Only temporary. Don't screw that on too much, so I'm gonna have to take it off. Okay. Oh gosh, that was kind of wobbling. Let's see. I'm not blocking you, am I? Okay. Make sure these are in the same spot. Let's get that one. We'll go this one, maybe. That's the thing. See, this top one is in a good spot. And I feel like, no, that bottom one's in a bad spot too. Dang. Oh, shoot. Okay, so I might have messed this one up. So what I need to do on the others, you see how I took that corner piece and put it on the middle? I'm not going to be able to do that because this has it down a little too far, and that's got it where the bottom hole, can you see down there? Okay, this bottom hole may or may not even be on the board, so that's not going to work. I'm not sure what to do about it on this one though, because that top hole is already there and it's so close to where the hole actually needs to be that is, well, let me think about that. This is, okay, this isn't like an actual screw holding something in, so I think for what I'm doing it might be okay that it's going to be, it's going to be a really big hole right there because it's going to be so close together. But for what it's going to be doing, I don't think it'll be a problem. Alright, so let's shift you up. Shift you up to here. Okay. Actually, it's not going to be quite that close. Where's my piece? Let's shift you up here. Okay, there should be some space in between. Alright. There's still going to leave some space in between. I keep bumping the phone, but apparently I'm not. Okay. Now, let's do it now. Which side is that supposed to be? That side. Okay. Is it the right side or the wrong side? What's the right side? Wrong side. Okay. So I got the little side on this side. Alright. This would be really neat if I had just done this. Is that why I bought all those? Oh, y'all. Is that why I bought all those pieces? Was I gonna do that? I don't think I was. I don't think I was. No, I don't think I was because I would have needed an even longer. Well, that might be why I got so small ones. I don't think so though. Okay, whatever. Let's see where we are, where we're going. Oh, is there a hole right here? Yes, there's a hole right in here. Okay, perfect. Then a hole there, a hole there. Great. And it should go through the other one if I have them lined up right. Let's see. Hopefully those are lined up right. Okay, yep, it went through. I'm not blocking in. Hold on, we're going to do that one too. That's going to help me to keep it. I'm not going to put the nut on this one, but that'll help me to keep it straight while I'm trying to go through these others. Wait, that actually is a little off. Let's see. Oh no, it's all these little pieces of wood. Okay, there we go. Now I know they're going to be lined up the rest of the way. Y'all see what's happening? Oh gosh, my fingers are getting cold, y'all, because I had to take off my gloves. See what you can see. Okay. That should be lined up. Uh-oh, it's still moving. Dang it. I sincerely hope it's not in the right spot. It's pushing it. Whatever. It'll be close enough. I think it'll be close enough. Dang it. It's because that board came out. Now that worked a second ago. It ain't working now. Okay. Up, and then that one came out. Oh, gosh. Yeah, okay. Okay, let me just go ahead and let me think about this. Okay. I probably should have went ahead and put a nut on that one to hold it. I hate this with the nuts and the bolts mixing here together. I'm trying to just dump it out. Sheesh. Trying to fish one out. They're all mixed up. That's not, that won't lay down. That's what worked. It won't lay down against it. Okay, well. Oh, sorry, y'all. Okay. Gosh. Okay. I actually might. I might screw these from the outside. Maybe. What do you think? I think I should screw them from the inside or from the outside. I mean, like, should I put the nut on the inside or on the outside? What do you think? What you think? Well, that was the thing. I didn't want to, like, brush up against it, but I feel like it might be more risky having it where I could potentially hit it from the inside than having it where I can hit it from the outside. And remember, gosh, that why was that so hard to open initially, and then it just flew apart? Why? Remember that I'm gonna have those corner pieces on here, so that's going to take up some of this space, so it won't stick out quite as bad. So yeah, we'll see. So I'm doing right now. I will need to come back. Where's the hole? I will need to tighten these up too. So I'm just doing this by hand right now, but I can, you know, hold like the drill or something up against it, against this side that's going to be on the inside. Hold on, because it's not a flat, it's not a smooth top. It's actually got, you know, that piece on there, or that spot on there where I could put something through. I feel like this one's gonna be on the bad side. There it is. Yeah, this is kind of bad spot. Yeah, I got a nice little spot in the soil over here. Mud. Oh yeah, that's a bad spot. Hold on, that's not gonna work. Is this leaning out or something, or what?
what's going on here. Maybe that's crooked. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Is the bottom one in a good spot? It's because the way they were moving while I was trying to work on it. Paper's blocking the view. I need to be down a little lower. Okay. I'm just widening that hole. Try to give me some more space. Okay, it also needs to be over. Oh, sheesh. Again, there's so many holes in this bag that I hope I don't lose stuff. Come on, baby. Still not over far enough. Oops. Stuff like this is why this is going to take longer than it should. Still crooked. That's like very crooked. You see that? Dang it. Is it? It's like I need a whole new hole in there. Ugh. Okay, you know what? I'm kind of over it with this one. Kind of over it. I really need something to clamp this down. I didn't bring anything like that out with me. Which I don't know that I even have anything that I can clamp this down with to hold it up against here. So, I'll use my leg. Where's the hole? Oh my God. Y'all, I'm just gonna have to move the soil back some more and do this from the inside because that's not gonna work. Okay, let's see. You fit in here. Yes, no, or maybe. Yes, kind of. Okay. We need a little bit more space for the drill. It's so close to the side. And that's not gonna do any better. Ah, there we are. Can you see it? You can see it. Okay. Look. Such a little bitty piece to try to hold my knee against. Look at that. No, I don't know that I can do this on that bottom one though. I don't think it's in the right spot either. Yeah. Difficult to do it on the bottom. Okay, that one actually might have been in the right spot. Or close enough. Closer than that last one, at least. Oh, now hold on a second. I just did this. Not like I don't want to go in. What's up with you, man? What's up with you? So that's good I got those washers because with how I'm widening these holes, some of these holes, if I didn't have these washers, it wouldn't be good. It would not be good. And you know, you can like hammer on the ends of these to kind of flatten them out so that it can't just come out. And I may do that once I put those corner brackets on. Maybe. Okay. So let me show you. I have this dug out. We're gonna turn you around just a little bit. So I have that dug out right there. So I can get the drill off in there. I'm gonna leave that pushed out because I'm gonna need that space whenever I come back and do those corner pieces. Also, let me quickly show you what I was talking about, the different wood. So you see those, and then you see those. Yeah. All right, so, oh, my finger's stuck. All right, I'm gonna finish this up and I'll show you in the end because I'm really just gonna do basically the same thing all the way around. So there's no point in making an entire video of that. But yeah, I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, y'all, I'm back inside. As you saw, those gloves are not gonna work for me. I mean, when I had them on, my fingers felt fine. Like, I didn't feel like my hands were getting really cold. They may have already been cold, but they didn't feel like they were getting colder once I put the gloves on. But they're way too bulky for my little hands. So, and I showed them to y'all when I got them. The small size they had was a medium. And then quite frankly, just the way they're made, I don't know that I'd have very much dexterity in that kind of glove anyway. I did think, like, while I was out there, once I saw that it wasn't gonna work, I thought, I might just send these back. But I think they would still work fine. I think they'll still be fine for like using in the cold, just not for what I'm doing right now. So if I was just moving stuff around, like moving bags around and stuff like that, or they'll probably work okay whenever I start sanding, which I've decided I'm not gonna do that because yeah, it's cold. So I'm not going to try to do that today. I'm really contemplating whether or not I'm going to go back out and finish this bed. I only have one corner left, so I kind of want to go ahead and do it. So I'm squeezing my thumb. I'm holding the phone with my thumb kind of sticking out right here, so I'm still squeezing it with the other hand, trying to warm it up. But yeah. So I think they'll be okay for some things. They just aren't going to work for what I'm doing at this moment. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep them. And then I just know that I won't be able to use them for stuff like this. So I was still putting them on. So when I would finish one, like doing something that I, needed to be able to use my fingers for, I would put them back on. So like when I was digging the dirt out away from the corner, I would have them on while I was doing that. So I did put them on, like just kind of on and off, trying to keep my hands from getting too cold. But then, y'all, it's so wet back there. It is so wet back there. And yeah, at one point I got them kind of wet. And it was like, and I mean like the part at the top of the gloves that go like right here where what is this called? It's like a collar before your wrist. What's that called? This little part right here of your shirt. But anyway, the part of the glove that goes down here where this is, that got wet. So it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna put that back on. But yeah, so they're just sitting out there now. Yeah, and I'm cold. I am cold. My fingers are cold, I should say. Something I did run into. I can't sit down because I was sitting out there with my knees on the kneeling pad, but my feet were under me, and it is wet out there, so I'm sure the back of my bibs are dirty. So I can't sit on the floor right now. Normally I would come in and sit right here on the floor, where if there was like any loose dirt on me, I could easily clean it up. But I'm not about to do that. So, what was I saying? What I ran into. So those boards that are out there, they may have already been a little warped when I got them, which is very likely, getting boards from Home Depot or Lowe's. But anyway, the ends don't all line up. So when I got to, I only had those 4 brackets, and it's really the ends further away from the house. It's both corners on that end are the ones where it's really coming apart. So I decided I would just go ahead and put the two brackets on each side on that end and not worry about putting brackets on this end, because this end is actually staying together pretty well. So for the most part, at least. So I did the top of that side, that corner that had completely come off that I showed y'all the other day. I did the top of that one with the bracket, with the corner piece. And then when I went to do the bottom one, it just like, it wouldn't meet up. And I was looking at it, I'm like, okay, that's what's going on here, because those boards aren't all the same length. So I should have did this on that one. I did it on the other corner where I used the 2 brackets. But what I did on that one was I went ahead and started just making the holes all the way down after I got that first one lined up with the bracket. And what I should have done was did the top hole with the bracket, connected it, and then went ahead and did the bottom and connected it, and then went back and did the ones in between. That's what I should have done. And I could have avoided that little situation. So what I ended up doing with that one, and I'm thinking that I am going to go ahead and use that scrap wood in the corners instead of just trying to do this bracket thing, in which case this won't matter. But I might have to think about that though, because I put these pieces really close to the end for the sake of being able to put the bracket on there. And if I'm gonna do the wood, I really don't need that so close to the corner because it's gonna be in the way. So, well, not really. It wouldn't really be in the way. It'll be right next to it, or possibly even behind it, which would actually be okay if it's behind it, because then it'll kind of block it in. So I won't have to worry about the screws backing out into the soil. They'll be blocked in by that piece of wood. So that might actually work. Well, anyway, so what I did on that bottom of the corner, whatever, the bottom bracket, was I went ahead and screwed it in to the good side, that end side. I went ahead and screwed it in there just with some of the screws that I had out there holding it together initially. And then it's because of how that's made, even though it's not screwed in on this side that I just put that piece down, even though it's not screwed in there, it's still holding it in. So as long as that end that is staying in place is screwed in, and then I have this part right here blocking this wood that's trying to push out, is blocking that, so it's keeping it pushed up against it even though it's not actually attached. So I mean, that'll at least work for however long it needs to work, I suppose. And yeah, so that's where we are. So the gloves were a fail. They were really a fail, for this at least. And yeah, I'm thinking now, let me tell you what else I did. I didn't think about it until I had decided that I was going to take a break and come in and warm my hands up. But the last corner that I need to do is on this end, closer to the house, where things are holding together pretty well. So it doesn't have any brackets. But I still needed to space it like it's going to have a bracket on it later. But I've already attached all the brackets. So I'm thinking now of whether I want to try to get it in the right spot for the brackets, and then too, I'm still not completely decided on whether or not I'm even going to bother with the brackets. Just leave those. That may be what I do, is just go ahead and leave the ones that I have put out there, and then just go ahead and put the scrap wood on all of the corners, and the ones that don't have brackets, it won't really matter. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I don't know. But yeah, I was just trying to decide if I want to try to put it close to where it would need to be for the brackets. But you know, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to push it in maybe a couple of inches, because if I try to put it in position without actually knowing for certain that it's in the right spot, all it's going to do is be close enough to cause me problems when it's time for me to actually put the bracket on. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go in a couple of inches and put it there. And then whatever I decide to do later, I can move that, and the holes won't be so close to it that when I'm trying to drill through, it's not like jerking over into the hole that's already there and messing me up. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And since I'm gonna do that, I'm not gonna drill it from the inside. I'll just drill it straight in from the outside, because it's gonna come back off anyway, so it's not gonna matter. And that will actually help me out as well. That'll help me get down with this one a little faster, if I don't have to do all of that extra stuff. My thumb is still cold. Okay. I needed a break. I'm gonna get some water, and then I'm gonna go finish that. I'm gonna do that last corner. We're gonna be done outside for the day, y'all. Plus, it's after 5 now. So we're losing light. Well, it's still pretty light outside, but it's not light enough to justify me setting up to sand wood just to have to put stuff back up in 20-30 minutes. So I'm not gonna bother with it. Plus, it's cold. My hands are freezing. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not doing it. Okay. To get me a drink of water. I might sit here for another couple minutes, maybe. I got enough daylight to finish that because all I have to do is that one last piece, but I just need to get myself together. So I'm gonna take a few minutes to do that, and then I'll go finish it. And then I'll show y'all what it looks like. Okay, so I'm done. And I realized that I owe the boards a little bit of an apology. So I was saying how when I got back here, how things weren't lining. Well, no. Let's back up. No, I don't. That's still not lining up the way it needs to right there. But something else I ran into was trying to place these holes in good spots along the boards. And when I got to those others, like you can see down here, yeah, you see how wet it is? Like, that was where my foot had kind of went in. Let me show you. Like right here, it's just wet back here. So yeah, so when I got to this one, you see how they're like really close to the top, even though this one is not even quite in the middle, but that was the best spot I could get it without putting that one too far down or these in really bad spots. So this one right here kind of set me up because it's got this big space right here. So that's why it was able to line up pretty neatly on the other boards. But yeah, anyway, so there it is. This is that last one that I did. And I just went ahead and put it on the outside. So I know I'm going to have to change it completely anyway. Then this, you see how these are like really close. Those holes just were not in good spots on that thing. So yeah. Anyway, as long as it does the job, that's all that matters. I was trying really hard to get the top and the bottom in good spots, if nothing else, because I feel like that's gonna make the biggest difference. But yeah, all right, so that is done. Me and my cold fingers are about to go back in the house. Okay, that didn't take long at all because I didn't have to do a bunch of lining up. Yeah, I'm about to grab my things. The only thing I have left out here are the bolts and all of that in this bag that is ripped. So hopefully I don't lose stuff. Okay. Yeah, that is it. Trying to think if I need to brace the sides. What's up with this light? Okay. I don't know what that was about. So I have the bags of soil holding up the ends, and I'm wondering if I need to brace those sides, particularly the ones where I didn't use the brackets, but I think that'll be okay. All right, y'all. That is it. I'm getting back up here. The light keep changing like that. I'm getting back up here. Okay. And I'm about to get my stuff. I got my stuff together right here so I can take it in the house. I want to show you something right quick. So I mentioned this. I said I need to do this, but oh, that strawberry has a flower. You see that? That's wild. I will tell you something though. These strawberries produced for a very long time. Like, it was cold outside and those things were going for it. Like, they didn't stop. You know, as a matter of fact, I feel like they didn't stop until I just kind of cut them back, maybe. But anyway, yeah, you see like those. Would those be considered like water sprouts or whatever they're called? Those long ones. That's a really long one on this one down here too. But yeah, I wanted to start cutting that stuff back too. I was gonna cut that out, but then I just realized there are multiple like that on that other one, so I don't know. But what I was talking about is all this stuff growing along here, and like it's really bad over there. So yeah, I gotta work on that. Okay, that really is it now. Oh, those are those amaryllis. Those things have not given me a single flower in all the time I've had them, and they've been in a couple of different places in my yard. No flowers, but they give me They give me plenty of foliage though. So I don't know. I haven't really needed that space. So I didn't bother pulling them out. But if I need the space, I'll take them out because they're not doing anything for real. Okay. Well, that's going to be it. You guys have a good one. Bye. Hi. Different setting as you can see. And hopefully you can hear me okay because I have my phone case back on. But I was just watching that video and I remembered something. So those like metal or whatever they were pieces, if I recall correctly, I bought those with the idea that I could drill holes in them to basically have the hole where I needed it. Yeah, I didn't think about that, you know, before I started or as I was working on it. But oops. But yeah, so yeah, whatever I end up doing later, if I have to move things around or something like that, I may do that at that point. And then that way I will be able to put holes like in the middle of each board instead of some of those where I had it like right on the edge because that's the closest hole that I could find that, you know, that will work. So that's all I wanted to add. Bye.